Hey everyone, welcome to Coding Simplified, and now we'll see a new topic in C Sharp. So we'll understand about the arrays in C Sharp. So we'll see how we can define the array, how we can declare the array. Now, like what is the concept of array, and then what are the different types of array that we have. So we'll see all about the array. So let's start on this array topic, that how we can use the array in C Sharp. Now, what is the concept of array first of all? So the concept of array is, let's say if I am storing some value, right? Let's say if I am saying okay, int x equals to 10. Now this is like one variable. So like till here we are good. But let's say if I want to store the multiple values, like let's say I want to store the like the number of ranks, the ranks possible. So in this case I have to store, let's say if my rank is from 1 to 8. So in this case I will basically have the 8 variables from x, y, z, and then from where I will store the 1, 2, 3 like this, right? So if you want to store the multiple values, so just storing a variable is not good. So for that we have the arrays. Array says that if you want to store the multiple values of a same type, then use me. Rather than creating a different variable, you can use me, because like you can see here, this is how we define the array. So we are saying that let's see if I have the rank. So I'll define here as array as a rank rather than air. This is a air variable. So we'll say rank variable, and then we can say add 0 equals to first rank, second rank, and third rank. Right? So that is the concept of array. First of all, we should understand it, that why we need the array. So we need the array when you want to store when you want to store the like multiple values of the same type. Right? So here the important point is same type, because if you see all these values are of the int type. Now we can also have the array of the string type, we can also have the array of float type or boolean type or some object type as well, right? So it means here the important point is that we are storing the same type value, and that's why we are creating the array. And here we are specifying that this array is of the int variable. This is the int type, right? So I hope you have got the concept. Now let's see that how we can declare the array, right? So like we do, let's say if I am declaring a variable, a normal variable, so we do like this, int x, and then let's say if I am storing the value x equal to 20, right? So that's how we do. Now the same way we can declare the array as well. So like you can see here what we have done. So like this is how we have declared the array, that int array. Now because this is an array, so we specify like this. This is basically a significant, or this is we are telling that this array variable is a array, right? Or let me write, like rather than doing this, let me have some good variables. So let's say I am saying is rank, right? So here my rank is a variable. My rank is a array variable. Why? Because I have defined as a this one, right? So if you want, if your value is array, so you define via this parent, like this indexes, right? Now so this is a declaration that you have declared that the rank is array. Now we also tell that what is the size of your array, right? Because if you see here, that here I am saying okay, I have declared the array. Now what is the size of your array? So it means here I am saying my array size is 3. It means I have like my array can contain the 3 integer values, right? So it means here I am defining my array size is 3. So this is the one way of, so this is kind of declaring, and this is defining. Defining means I am defining that what is the size of my array. So this is the one way of like defining and declaring. Now if you want, then you can also have in a single line as well. So we can say like this, int and new. So it means I am saying that this rank is a array variable. This rank is a array variable which is int, and the size of this array is 3, right? Now you have defined that, you have declared and you have defined your array, that what is my size and what is my type. Now you want to store the values as well in this array, right? So my indexes basically start from the 0th index. So it means this will be the first value of my array. So here I say rank 0 means put the value in the 0th index. 0th index basically our array starts from the 0th index. 0th index, first index, second index, fourth index, and basically keep on going, right? So it means we have to take care that because we want to access the values as well. So how we would access the value and how we put the value? We basically put the values via the indexes, right? So we call them as an index that I want to. So here what I'm saying that put the value of the first value in the rank variable as of 1, put the second value in this array variable as 2. Now you might say that why you are saying second but while the index is 1. So because that's right thing, right? Because my index start from 0, it means this is the first value of the array, this is the second value of the array, and this is the third value of the array. So it means this is the 0th index, first index, third and second index, right? So what we have learned till now, that this is how we declare and define the array. This is we are telling what is my size of the array. This is how we access the array variables, like access array values like rank 0. It means I want to put the first value. Here the 1, it means I want to put the second value, and here I'm basically assigning the value, right? So it means that is how we have like in even initialize the values as well in this rank. Now let's say if I want to see that whether we have actually like put the right value or not. So in this case we can take the help of loop. So in this case let's say int I equals to 0, and then so here we have rank. So this is the because rank is a variable, and here we have the property of length. So this says that what is the length of my array variable. So it will give you that you can even see from here gets the total number of elements in the dimension of the array. It means how many values are there in this rank. So for us this is 3, right? And then I plus plus. So now let's say we'll print the values console dot write, and here I want to print the value, and I want to print the value of rank and then I. Yeah. So what it says, what it will do, we are now we are looping. Now we are looping over the array. So we are saying that print the rank. So what it will do, it will first print the I equal to 0 because we are starting from I equals to 0. So it means first it will print the first value, rank 0, right? Because we have seen that we can access the array values via the indexes, and here I have the index. So here I am saying rank 0. It means I want to access the first value. Now I will increase, so now I will be 1. So when I will be 1, again I will operate this, so it will basically give you the second value, which is rank 1, which will give you 2, right? Now it will go up till rank dot length. So what is the length? Length is 3. It means my I can go up to 0, 1 and 2, right? And that's how it will print the all the values. So even I can show you via debug point as well. So let me show you how it happens. So here we have declared and defined. Now you could see in fact that you have declared, and whenever we define whenever we define the array, the starting value is always the default value, and the default value is 0. If it is integer, so you could see that the default value it has initialized as 0 0 0. So it means if you don't do this, if you don't initialize this one, it will print the 0 value, right? If it is a float, it will print 0.0. If it is a double, it will print 0.0. If it is a boolean, it will print false value, right? So that is how the concept is, that it will as soon as we are declaring and defining, it will always initialize with the default values, right? Now we are basically putting the values. So here we have put, now you can see here that now we have initialized. Earlier it was all zeros. Now in the 0th index now we have 1, in the first index we have 2, in the second index we have 3, right? And now one by one it will basically keep on printing the values. So in fact, okay, let me run that, and now that I will show you. So because we have the 3 values, so that's all, and now it will go out of the loop. So we can see from here that it has printed 1, 2 and 3, right? So this is how we can basically declare and initialize the value, right? Now here we have the another thing as well. Rather than this is like one way of declaring and defining. In fact, we can directly assign the values as well, because here we declared the value, then we define the value, and here we are assigning the value. So we, rather than this, we can in fact assign the values directly as well when we are declaring the array variable. So how we can do that? Let's say I'm saying, okay, this is my array, and the default values are 1, 2, sorry, 1, 2, and 3, right? So it means what this line is doing, this line is declaring and defining the array as well, and this is initializing the value as well. So it means we are saying that in this array I have three values, 1, 2, 3. So it means now we need not to give any size of the array, because it automatically knows, okay, what is the size of this array? The size of the array is 3, right? And now if you run the program, so you could see that it has printed 1, 2, 3, right? So that's how it does. Now let's say if I am adding one more value, so in this case again you can see that it will print 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And in fact you can add values at any place. Let's say if I add 7 here, and if you run the program again, so you could see now it has printed 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the again the another way of declaring or initializing the array, right? So what we have seen, that how we can access the array, how we can update the value of array, and like that. And uh, let's say if I want to update the this value to some other value, so what we can do, we can change basically using the index. So this is a 0th index, first index, second index, third index. So it means if I want to change the value of this one as, let's say, 30, right? And now you run the program, and you could see now this value of this 3 has been changed to 30, because here via index we change the value, right? So that's how that's another way of like how indexing. So this is the another showing that how we can basically update the value via indexes, right? So this we saw the example of the int variable. Now we can have the any type of variable. It can be float, it can be double, it can be like byte, or some boolean as well, or some string as well. So let's say I have a string array, right? And I have a string array, and let's say I am saying here I have the cars. So here in car I have three cars. Let's say BMW, some famous examples, Audi, and we have, let's say, Mercedes, right? So we have three cars. Now it says that we have changed the value, so now replace it with car, and here also replace it with car, right? Now what we are saying, that rather than this int variable, now we have the string variable. So, and we have the string variable which is the array variable. So again it will do the same thing. It will print the first BMW, Audi, and Mercedes. So let's run the program, and you could see that now, it is showing the BMW, Audi, and Mercedes, right? So this is how basically we can use the array, and we can have any type of array, right? And this is a property via which we can basically access the what is the count, or how many elements are there in this array, right? Now in our later videos we'll also understand that basically array has so many methods, like we can sort the array, or we can do so many things with the array, right? So let's take an example. Let's say if I have defined the array here, and now I want to sort the array. So how I can do array dot, and let's say if I want to sort the array, now because I need to give what array I want to sort, so here I have this one. So what it will do, it will basically sort the array. Now because this is a string, so it means it will sort based on the ASCII values. So because here it start from A, so first it will come A, then it will come B, then it will come M, right? So run the program here again, and you could see that it has printed Audi, BMW, Mercedes. So this is the one example that what we can do with the array. So this is all we can do with the array. So like sort one example, but you could see that if you want to search something, you can apply this binary search method, or even we can clear the all the elements, we can copy, we can empty, equals, or find all, or find last index, or find index, or index of. So basically these all are the methods of the array. So that's all all we can do with the arrays, right? So we can operate the array via the for loop, and similarly we have the another for loop as well, which is like for each. So that is also something we can use if you want to iterate on the array. So because let's say if I want to operate on this car, now what is the type of this one? The type is string. So I will say car value in car, right? And let's say if I want to print the values, so I'll go here and I will say that what I want to print, I want to print the car value, right? So that's what it will do. Now we can see here again, so let me put a one console dot write line. So it will basically add a new line here, and now let's run. So you could see that now it has added the one for loop was for this one, and this is for each loop, right? So this is how we can basically iterate on given array. So yeah, I guess that's all on this array. We have seen a lot of things on array, that how we can define, how we can declare, how we can initialize the array, and different ways of initializing the array. Then we saw that how we can iterate on the array via the for loop, via for each loop, and then we can have different types of array depending on the data type, like whether it can be integer, it could be int, double, string, or an object as well, right? So that's all guys about this video on the C# in array, and if you have any doubts, then please write in the comment section. I will try to explain that. And guys, if you like the video, then please like it, and please subscribe to our channel for more such videos. Thank you.